haven't won a talking newspaper, call 023 92 480101.
Today's Late Breakfast is sponsored by Michael in the lovely county of Angus in Scotland. Michael is helping to keep the chat and melody flowing on Angel Radio.
Good morning, it's Friday morning and it is 11 minutes past 9. That means you are stuck with me, Candis, for the next hour and a bit. I think it's probably about hour and 13 minutes. I'm going to grace your morning. I hope everybody's had a lovely week. The weather, I know I'm just going to join in the British tradition right now and discuss the weather, but wow, this week we've had every single season. It has been persistently cold, but I'm not going to lie, I do quite enjoy both the sunshine and the torrential rain. I just like, I like weather, that's a very odd thing to say, but I don't really enjoy it when it's just grey and nothingy and miserable, as it almost always is in January. But when you get that like really, really heavy torrential rainfall, I love that. I love sitting inside and listening to it. When my girls were very small, I used to take them outside and jump in puddles with them. And the aim of the game was to see whose wellies could get the most full of water without just filling them up. Like you had to jump in puddles and see who could get the most water in their wellies. And then, I don't know, you just won. There wasn't really a prize or anything, you just won. And then we'd go home and we'd have cookies and warm milk. That was always, I loved doing that. So I really liked the rain. And then of course I love the sun. We live in the South Sea, so when I was driving my husband to work this morning before coming here to Angel, we drove along the seafront and it was so pretty and you could see the whole way across to the Isle of Wight. It was very clear. And hopefully my husband's actually listening to me right now with everybody that he works with. So if you are listening, hi. Tell me what everybody's been up to this week. Let me know what you've been up to. I've got a few songs lined up. I've got a song stuck in my head I'm going to play for you in a minute. I've also already had a request this morning. There isn't a theme. There is my persistent theme of Jones. Other than that, there isn't really a theme. I'm just going to kind of tell you stories and see where it goes. That worked quite well last week. I would say I'm on YouTube live at the moment. I've never done a live on YouTube before. I can see I've got one person watching me. I'm not sure who it is, but if you go on YouTube and you search, I think it's Angel Vintage, it'll come up. Alternatively, if you go on to the Angel Friends of Angel Radio on Facebook, there will be links to the YouTube account. There's also at the bottom of the Angel Radio website, there's a little button that says Candis's YouTube videos, and you can find us through that. But yeah, come and give me a watch. I can see more people are coming on to join, which is exciting. Hopefully, I'm interesting enough for people to actually stay watching. Give me a ring this morning or give me an email. I am by myself as per usual. The email address is no, it's not, I'm lying. It's studio@angelradio.uk. And the phone number is, honestly, I should know this by now, 0800 014 1955. That's 0800 014 1955. I need to practice so I can remember that, because I never ever managed to. I don't know why I can't remember it. It's such a simple phone number. I'm sure you guys remember it more than me. But yes, anybody who's watching on the YouTube channel, I will do my best to answer your comments in between when a song is playing. Equally for the phone, if you ring me, please ring me when there's a song playing, because I can't answer obviously if I'm live. Although, you know, we all know me, I have spoken on the phone over a song before, so that's always a possibility. Hopefully not this week. This week I'm going to remember to put my faders down. And what was the other thing? Oh yeah, check the dates of my songs. So last week I played a song slightly out of the time scale. I do apologize. That is my fault for not checking. I should have checked that. Sometimes when I'm by myself, I get a little bit overwhelmed with all the millions of things I have to do, but I promise to do better. Every week I try and be better and better for you all. Right, first of all, I'm going to thank my sponsor, Michael from Angus. Thank you so much. This first song has been stuck in my head, and I'm going to dedicate it to my lovely sponsor. And I appreciate everybody who sponsors and who volunteers or donates. We always appreciate you to keep our lovely little radio station running. So our first song is for my sponsor, Michael and Angus, and it's Annette Hanshaw with Tiptoe Through the Tulips With Me. And this is from 1929.
Night all creeping, willow trees all weeping, folks and babies are sleeping. Silver stars are
Good morning, Angel Radio,
gleaming,
Candis speaking.
all alone I'm screaming.
Hello, Terry One, how are you?
You are here, my dear.
That's okay. It's lovely, isn't it?
To the window, by the window, that is
Yeah,
where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me. Tiptoe from your pillow to the shadow.
Thank you for ringing. See you later. Bye.
Tree and tiptoe through the tulips with me. Deep,
Good morning, Angel Radio, Candis speaking.
flowers will stray, will keep the showers away. And if I kiss you in the garden, in the moonlight, will you pardon me?
Yep.
Come tiptoe through the tulips
Yep.
with me.
Okay, that's the paying for number, isn't it? Oh, okay. Well, that's a good one for you to remember then.
Tiptoe to the window, by the window, that is where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me.
Okay.
Tiptoe from your pillow to the shadow of a willow tree, and tiptoe through the tulips with me.
Oh no,
Just need me.
that's no good.
Flowers will stray, and we'll keep the April showers away. And if I kiss you in the garden, in the moonlight, will you pardon me? Come tiptoe through the tulips.
Wendy, I'm so sorry. Can you call me back? My song's going to end. Sorry. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Well, that was Tiptoe Through the Tulips With Me by Annette Hanshaw. Sorry, I do apologise. Oh, my phone's ringing again. I can't answer the phone when I'm on air, so I do apologise. I will, if you ring me back when there's a song playing, I will absolutely answer the phone to you. That was for my lovely sponsor, Michael and Angus. I'm just double checking. It was Annette or Annetta. I'm not 100% certain how you pronounce that, but Annette Hanshaw. And there are some people actually watching me. There's 7 people watching me on YouTube, so this is pretty exciting. So what did I do this week? What did everybody else get up to this week? I'll tell you what happened to me this week. My cat ran away. Well, actually, I thought my cat had run away. That's probably more accurate. My cat didn't think he'd run away. My cat was quite happy wherever he was for 2 days, not at home. But I was completely freaking out, completely convinced he's been run over, or he's found a new home, or he's stuck in a shed, or whatever. But anyway, I rang all the vets. Nobody saw him since Monday morning or Sunday night. We weren't entirely certain. But I rang all the vets. He hadn't been handed in. Obviously, they would ring me anyway, but still, I rang around all the vets. I emailed them photographs. I put it all over Facebook. I was asking everybody. I was walking up and down the roads, like calling his name with food, and no luck for the whole. Even went out in the dark across the road. There's a little building site, and anyway, we couldn't find him. And then I was just like sort of periodically bursting into tears, completely convinced that my cat was gone forever. And he just strolled in the house like nothing had happened and just meowed at me for some dinner. So yeah, little what's it. I gave him so much food, he probably thought it was his birthday. I was so happy to see him. And he now has a collar on as well, and his brother does too. They've got little bow ties on their collars with their names and my phone number. So they hated. The first time I put the collar on Oreo, I want to say fainted. He didn't faint. He like fake fainted. When they just sort of lie down and pretend that, I don't know, play dead or something. He did that about 3 or 4 times, and then he realized he doesn't care that much about it. And he's fine. He's left it on now. It doesn't bug him. But Hamilton, I put it on him, and he kind of took off like a monkey out of a box, and he was all over the house. And he couldn't find the cat flap, and he was freaking out, and I felt a bit bad. But he got that out of his system pretty quickly, and he doesn't care about his collar anymore either. I mean, they're nearly 2, so I realized they were probably a bit old for a collar, but I don't know. I just get so worried. I've got to I wish I could just keep them in my garden. Anyway, cats are cats, right? So you can't stop them, I suppose, unless you keep them in the house. And some people do have house cats. Our cats are not house cats. And then last night when we came home, they're certainly not house cats, because last night when we came home from the gym, my husband said, "Oh, look, it's Oreo." And Oreo was just strolling down the street. And we looked across the road, he ran into the building site, and I thought, oh my goodness. So I looked in the building site, I was trying to call him out. And then him and his brother were just like playing and fighting each other. And I thought, okay, well, at least they're together. So in some way they might look after each other. I don't know. I'm not sure. Oreo's quite skittish, but Hamilton's very friendly, and I do worry about him going off with other people or foxes or something. I just worry about them all the time. They're worse than children. At least you can give a child a phone if they wander off or something. Anyway, I wonder who else has had a cat or any pet at all that's wandered off or given you a heart attack and then later come back. They do like to keep us on our toes, don't they? So I'm going to play a song for Oreo now, who decided to run away from home. And I'm going to try to pronounce this correctly. This is Merle or Merla. I'm very sorry, I'm not sure. I'm going to say Merla Kilgore. Okay. Merla Kilgore. I'll take Ginger and run away.
The next quarter hour of the Hayride is brought to you by Morgan Livable Homes, 4350 East Texas, Highway 80 East, Bossier City, Louisiana. And Morgan Livable Homes presents Mercury recording star Merle Kilgore. Thank you very much, Frank Page. Pleasure to be on the Louisiana Hayride and speaking for Morgan Homes. Here's our brand new little Mercury. Our thanks to our fan club members, disc jockeys everywhere. I'll take Ginger and run away.
Angel Radio Kelly speaking. Yes.
Take Ginger and run away.
And who's that by, do you know?
The car's ready and the plans are made.
Who am I speaking
Don't
to?
worry, my darling, don't be afraid. Just a little while across state line.
Did she?
Find out you'll be
There's another
mine.
listener with a cat called Oreo as well. I was thinking it was only one, but apparently not.
Ginger and run away. Won't be
Oh, okay. So my cat's got a black face with white lines on the top, so his face looks like an Oreo turned sideways. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good morning, Angel Radio. Candis speaking.
Not too young,
Okay.
not a king. We live too fast, but nothing old times change. Anything can happen years from now. We're not going, we're gonna take those vows. Take Ginger and run away.
Yeah.
Belongs you in my arms to stay. Worry tomorrow what her folks will say. Take Ginger and run away. Take Ginger and run away. Take Ginger and run away.
Oh dear. You get so stressed out, don't you? Well, I'm glad you found her.
Take Ginger and run away.
I'm sorry, Wendy. I've got to go again. My son's going. Sorry. Bye. Well, there you go. That was Merle Kilgore. They pronounced it for me pretty much in the first 3 seconds of the songs. That was I'll Take Ginger and Run Away, and that was for my naughty cat Oreo, and anybody else who's had a naughty animal who's just decided to play a heart attack trick on them. I've just had Wendy on the phone telling me about her little guinea pig who decided to escape and hide, and how she was looking everywhere for it. And she did find it though, so it's fine. I'm going to play a request now. I've got a few requests coming in. I can see that there's one on our YouTube as well. And I've had a few phone calls, and I've also had some emails. So you guys, everyone's listening today, which is fantastic. Thank you so much. I always get very happy. I will always do my best to fit all my requests in. So that's why I play my own songs first thing in the morning, so I can get all the requests in after that. Hopefully not have any left over. The first request we've had this morning is Noel Coward with Alice is At It Again. And that was for David from Leafy Shepherd's Bush, who is certainly no angel. Whenever David rings me, that's what he says when I answer the phone, because I always really like his little jingle for being a sponsor. For some reason, it's the one that's always stuck in my head. I don't know why. That one is, I don't know. I wonder which other sponsorship or jingles on our radio station are stuck in everybody's head. That's the one that's stuck in my head. Anyway, this is for David in Leafy Shepherd's Bush, and this is Noel Coward with Alice is At It Again.
Now I should like to sing you a song about a simple country girl who always kept her eye on the future. In a dear little village, remote and obscure, a beautiful maid.
That's a good one.
As to whether or not
Yes, that's a great one. I like that one. I hope you guys can hear me. Can you let me know if you can hear me? I hope you can. I've never done live before, so I don't know how this works.
She whispered her dreams to the birds flying by, but seldom received
Morning,
the
Angel Radio. Hannah speaking.
Over the field and along the lane, gentle
You certainly can. What would you like?
When it came to the end of the day, she would wander away, and he,
Breeze.
dreaming happiness and dreams she's grown.
No, I don't. Well, I don't think I do. Maybe when I start listening, I'll recognize it. But who was it by? Sorry, Katerina?
Alice was out in the lane, whom she met there every day. It was a question answered by none, but she'd get there when she'd stay there.
Oh, Al Sharon, yeah.
Was undoubtedly done. Over the field and along the lane, both her parents were calling pain. Sadly, sorrowfully day, complain. Alice is empty today.
Okay, cool. Well, I will definitely play that one. I'm trusting you. It's in the time frame.
Although that young little village surrounded by fields had neither school
Somebody
nor
did that to me last week, and I
college.
didn't check, and I accidentally played one that was out of our time. So yeah, well, I'm going to try and double check everything now. Cool, that's awesome. Thank you so much for calling.
When observing the
Bye.
beasts of the field, that things might have been organized better.
Yes, that's great. Well done. I keep feeling like nobody can hear me, but I hope it's loud. Then you get visuals and sound. I hope I'm not ruining the illusion for you.
Where quite a lot of masculine material caught her rolling on. She was ready to hitchhike.
I've not heard this song before. Who else has heard this one? Wish I'd thought of that good old English accent. Yes. I need to practice my one. Good, that's good. He does have a nice accent. I'm going to have to practice speaking like that. Right, I'm getting distracted. You're all distracting me. Right, what are we doing?
Said we've spoiled our child, spared the Lord, opened up the caveat and said thank God, we've got no cause to complain. And this is attitude again.
That was Alice is At It Again, and that was by Noel Coward, not Howard, Coward. I was just discussing with, who was I discussing that with? Reg on YouTube, how he's got such a lovely English accent, and I said I'll have to practice my English accent to make sure my pronunciation. What is it? How now, brown cow? Or she sells seashells on the seashore. Where I learned English, like, I mean, obviously everybody learns English in school, but where I went to an Afrikaans school and you were kind of learning English as a second language as opposed to the other way around, we had to do a lot of stuff like, there was something about a black shoe as well. I can't remember what it was now. It was how now, brown cow, and she sells seashells on the seashore. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? As much wood as a woodchuck, as much wood as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Stuff like that. We had to always practice it. And then also I went to performing arts school as well. So there was a lot of those sort of things for warming up your mouth and your vocal cords and like, you know, all of that. The people watching on YouTube are now going to be able to see how animated I actually am when I'm all by myself in the studio. They can see me making all the facial anyway, they're getting a double show this morning. They may never tune in again after this. I just said I do hope I'm not ruining the illusion of like flawless perfection, but I'm not 100% sure I actually give that illusion off, so it's probably fine. We have had one of the requests off of YouTube, which is for the lovely sunny weather we're having today, and long may it continue. And I heard Mark say this morning, spring is on the way, and that makes me so pleased because January makes me feel a bit like miserable. I always get a little bit down in January. I think it's too grey, too long. I don't want to moan. I don't like to moan, but I just always end up feeling a bit down in January. So I'm pleased that the sun is out, and it makes everybody just a little bit friendlier and a little bit happier. We all get a little bit of vitamin D. So yes, yay for spring. Tomorrow is the 1st of March. So in honor of lovely spring and the sunshine, Reg has requested the Beatles with Here Comes the Sun from 1969. I'll be right with you guys, and promise I will read. Oh look, my husband's joined us. I promise I'll read all the comments. I just want to line up my songs, otherwise I'll be flapping and not have anything to play. And I keep checking the fader. Do you know what was a good Beatles song this morning? Was the Yellow Submarine. I was singing that in my car while I was driving here. I love that one. It feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. And I said, it's alright. Darling, the smile returning to the faces. Darling, it seems like years since it's been here. If you're lucky, you'll hear me singing. Here comes the sun, and I said, it's alright. Sun, 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 here we come. 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 Right, where we at? How about Here Comes the Sun? Good morning from Pat and David in Cyprus. Hi, I hope your weather's very nice and warm in Cyprus. Look fab, here are some suggestions. Sam Cooke, Change Gonna Come. It's a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. Okay. If you wait patiently, I'll definitely play those for you, or at least one of them, I promise, Jason. I have to have my Diet Coke. I've always got one of these, right? Always. It's my fuel. Sometimes I think I'm running on Diet Coke completely. That was the Beatles with Here Comes the Sun. That was for Reg on YouTube. So thank you so much. He's watching and listening. And yes, so far so good. At least I have people watching and at least I have people listening. And I'm getting requests. So I always feel like I'm doing something right. I've got a few more requests. You know what I was thinking this morning? I was thinking when I was driving along South Sea Seafront, I was listening to the Beatles with We All Live in a Yellow Submarine. I was thinking about when I was little in South Africa, and we used to get such hot days that, you know how in England, I guess you would get a snow day. We never had a snow day. We would have, I guess our equivalent would be like it was so hot you just could not go outside. Honestly, I remember at one point it was like 45 degrees Celsius, and we lived on a farm right at the foot of a mountain. And oh my goodness, you can't even really describe that level of heat until you've experienced it. You can't breathe. You walk outside, you just can't I'm pretty certain we didn't even have aircon. I'm trying to think. My mother may correct me here, but I'm going to say we did not have aircon. We had a really old, South African farmhouse. So I'm so certain we did not have aircon. We didn't have the luxury of that. We just had to I don't know. I don't remember struggling with it when I was a kid though. And my mom and dad were we didn't just own the farm. They actually farmed. They were the farmers. So they, I don't know how they coped. And all of our farm workers, thinking about it now, although maybe I'm a bit deconditioned to that sort of weather because I've been in England for so long now, but I certainly would not deal with that. If it goes above 30, I start like melting. Also, in fairness, when I was little, I was the kid with like the hat flaps and the zinc on my nose and the t-shirt on, because I'm a redhead and I'm pale with freckles. So if I look out the window for too long, I get sunburnt. So I was always that child with this in the swimming pool with a t-shirt on and the flaps of my hat and the zinc on my nose and the zinc on my, you know, and like I'm still factor 50, team factor 50, because I do not want to get sunburned. That when we go to America and we're walking around, I remember we were walking around South Beach and I was like jumping between shadows because I didn't want to be in the sun for too long. Anyway, right, let's do another. Which one shall we do? I've got 3 requests here. I can see I think I've got quite a few on the YouTube as well. So I'll get to those in a second. And I will also check my emails shortly. I'm going to play. Here we go. This is for Terry 1 in Portsmouth, who said he's feeling very sunny because we have a lovely sun. This is Johnny Sandown with some kind. Wait, is that how you pronounce it? Johnny Sandon? Johnny Sand. Anyway, regardless, Johnny Sandown with Some Kind of Wonderful. I'm going to say Johnny Sandon. So Johnny Sandon, Some Kind of Wonderful, and this is for Terry 1 in Portsmouth. Let me try and get on top of all your guys' requests. Let's have a look. Weather isn't very good here at the moment. Oh no. What's not good for you though? Because ours is about 8 degrees. It's cold, but at least it's warm. It's sunny. It's sunny. It's not warm though. But Cyprus is lovely though. It's brilliant. I like getting 2 shows at once. One on the radio and then you talking to us when the song's playing. You are getting 2 shows. You're right. This is a bonus show. We should call this Candis's bonus breakfast. Love the Diet Coke advert. I deserve some free cans. Yeah, I do. Send me some free cans, Diet Coke. I better not say Angel Radio endorses Diet Coke. We don't. I do, personally. Right, let's see. Sam Cooke, Change Gonna Come. Last week I played a song from 1971 and it upset a couple people because obviously it's out of our time range. So be so careful with the requests that I take. I don't want to like get it wrong again. I can hear my phone ringing. Hang on. Good morning, Angel Radio. Candis speaking. I'm good, thank you. How are you? Very stuffy, isn't it? Yes, we just do that. What song would you like? Oh, yeah, of course you can. Awesome, okay, perfect. Oh, have a great day. You too, bye-bye. Sorry, guys. I just had to say goodbye on a phone call. Everybody on the YouTube channel was just saying that they're getting 2 shows because I speak to them in between when songs are on. So they're getting like a bonus show, Candis's bonus breakfast. But then obviously I want to on the phone and emails as well. So I need like a personal assistant. Where is Mark? Where's Mark when you need him? Okay, I'm getting loads of requests. This is great, guys. Everybody seems so happy today. I love that. Happy people, happy people. What is, I want to say, what's the happiest, I want to say, what's your happiest memory? But I'm going to ask, what's your happiest memory of I'm not sure how to word this, of a non-life-changing event. So what I mean by that is, I want to hear your happiest memories, not of things like weddings or children being born. And I don't mean any disrespect, because those are absolutely incredible days. And of course, I have my, my husband and my children. So I'm absolutely not minimizing those days. They're wonderful. But I would love to hear your happiest memory, just like a small thing that happened that you thought, this is the best day ever. Things like, I don't know, maybe one day you won £50 on scratch card, or you got a meal for free, or you made a new friend, or you found a great book, or something like that. Let me know. It's always the little memories that make things so special. I remember once when my husband and I first got together, we went away for a weekend. It's the first time we'd ever been away together. And it was I want to say it was in June. It was June, and it was really, really hot. It was like a heat wave. Well, we always have a heat wave in June, but it was really hot. And the hotel we stayed in, you couldn't open the window. You couldn't open the windows, and there was no aircon, and the fan just honestly was less than useless. I'm pretty sure it probably produced more warm air than it actually cooled it down. So we were so warm, we used to go outside into the heat wave to cool down. And it was like the hottest hotel room in the world. I've never been like that. I think there was no fresh air, that's why. So we used to go outside into the heat wave and think, oh, this is nice and cool. And we were still in the beginning of our relationship, where I was still trying to be looking beautiful and well put together all the time, and just constantly sweating my makeup off. And anyway, that was very funny. That was a hotel in Polgate. We stayed there, and near on died from heat exhaustion. Felt like it anyway. So that was a really happy memory of mine that we were talking about last night, actually. Yes. And I'd like to hear your little happy memories. So I'm going to play another song now. This is The Pussycat News, apologies, from 1932. This is by Flotsam and Jetsam, which is for Eric in Haverfordwest.
Stray cats, dead cats, stray cats, pet cats, street cats, mild cats, sleek cats, wild cats are cutting quite a caper. They're publishing a paper.
Mean cats, lame cats, wild cats, tame cats, large cats, small cats, in fact all cats are able and glory.
Oh no. You don't want a soggy dog. Yeah, when it's raining it feels worse, doesn't it? I think it can be colder and be sunny like it is here, and you feel better than just being miserable weather. Well, I hope it gets nice for you soon. I'm sure the dog hopes it gets nice as well. What's your dog's name?
Miss Tabby Mauser will on Wednesday be tried by Mr. Justice Franks for attempted suicide. And the candidate sizes Miss Mauser in her cell has already told the reason that they found her in the well. She blames Thomas Tortoiseshell, a wealthy city puss, who's broken Tabby's heart, now a servant promised us by Mr. James Douglas on the cataclysmic text. Do we hurt each other's felines? Order now for Sunday.
I like the song.
Just as papering to the portals of a human mortal, every Sunday papery June. It's a fact ironical, the cat's chronicle, Prince Old Pussycat's news.
This is because my cat running away the other day. When he came home, I squeezed him so hard and just burst into tears. So I was so happy to see him, and I was so angry I could have strangled him, but equally I was so pleased he was home. Best day ever is when you found your car keys without spending 15 minutes looking for them. Normally, I look for my keys and they're either in my hand or in the door. So I know that feeling. Or I look for my purse. I can never find my purse. I've got a little coin purse, which I keep separate to. I don't like carrying around my big purse. I've got this little coin purse with like my cards in it, but I can never find it, ever. And yeah, it's not great when you leave the house with no money, but what was your other request that you put on, Jason? It's a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. That was Flotsam and Jetsam with the Pussycat News from 1932. I really liked that one. That was for Eric in Haverfordwest. I really liked that song. That was a great one. It's very clever if you listen to it, if you listen to the lyrics of it. And right, well, I'll tell you what, incidentally, Flotsam and Jetsam are the names of, I'm sure a lot of you have seen The Little Mermaid, the Disney's Little Mermaid, and there's Ursula, the evil queen, who's like, she's an octopus, and she's got 2 eels, electric eels, as her pets. Or I'm not sure if they're pets or if they're henchmen. They're like probably a bit of both, but they're, anyway, regardless, they're called Flotsam and Jetsam. Those are their names. I'm going to have to Google where those names come from, because I'm sure it's going to be like Greek mythology or something, because I've got something in the back of my head that they are from something, but I'm sure there's loads of people screaming at the radio saying, they're from blah, blah, blah. I'm going to Google it and find out. Tell me what they're from. But yes, so that was, that wasn't obviously anything to do with The Little Mermaid. It's just the name reminded me of it. And I was actually looking at another Disney song this morning, which is the Snow White's, the yodeling song from Snow White. You know, I'm going to try and find it and see if I can play it for you. It's the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and it's their yodel song. I'm going to have to look for that in a minute. Oh, here you go. I've just found it. Look at that. This is Jim MacDonald, the Dwarfs Yodel song from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs from 1938. Snow White was actually the first Disney film, the first full-length Disney film, because of course before that he had Steamboat Willie, but that was like, those were short films, and I'm pretty sure they were also black and white, so they were more like little cartoons, whereas the first full-length feature film that was also, it had colour, but it may not have been the first colour one, was Snow White. And I always loved Snow White. When we went to America, we went to dinner with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and there was the evil queen, who was wonderful. There was Snow White, of course, and then there were Grumpy and Dopey, which are my 2 favourite dwarfs. I love them. Yeah, they're so, I love Grumpy and Dopey. They're my 2 favourite. I tell you what, that's a little bit like my cats. I should have named them Grumpy and Dopey. But they're my 2 favourite dwarfs. So I'm going to quickly play that song for you now, just while that's in my head, because I was thinking about that this morning, because I've been looking into how you learn to yodel, because I haven't forgotten. I'm going to learn to yodel by December 31st. I did promise. And then you guys can watch me yodeling or listen to me yodeling. So here's Jim MacDonald with the Dwarfs Yodel song from 1938. If it'll play. Let's try that again. Oh, the dog's called Priya. That's a nice name for a dog. It's pretty.
I'd like to dance and tap my feet. They won't keep in rhythm. You see, I washed them both today and I can't do nothing with them.
I've just found out what flotsam and jetsam actually means. This may be why I knew it, because I do know I used to live on the beach, so I kind of still live by the beach now. But flotsam is debris in the water that was not deliberately thrown overboard. It's often as a result of an accident or like a shipwreck or something like that. Jetsam is debris that was deliberately thrown overboard by a crew of a ship in distress. Oh, okay. So specifically stuff that was thrown overboard by a member of the ship's crew if the ship was in distress. And most often it's to lighten the ship's load. Okay. There you go. Well, I didn't know that.
I take the folk out for free, way out upon a limb. And when he got the best of me, I got the worst of him.
This is a hard song to keep the levels right. It's going to be me. I've never yodeled before, but I'm going to learn, I promise. Does anybody else yodel here? Have you got any tips for me? This is a really hard song to keep level. You've got to keep, I'll tell you, I'll explain it. There's green lights, yellow lights, and red lights, and you've got to keep it in the green lights, and it can go in the yellow lights slightly, but things like that make it peak right up to the red, and then it like distorts. So this is a hard one. Let's make me pay attention. That was Jim MacDonald with The Dwarfs Yodel Song from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs from 1938. And guess what? I just Googled what's flotsam and jetsam, and it's possibly a lot of people are going to know this already, but do you know what? Oh no, what's happening? Something just happened to the computer then. Oh my goodness. Hang on, people. This is, okay, it's fine. It's okay, it's fine. Wow, I thought that for a second the whole radio station was going to shut down, then I just panicked. When I came in, Mark said, oh no, it's gone off, and the screen had gone black, but it came back on. But we both panicked, so it nearly happened again, but it's fine. Anyway, what was I saying? Flotsam and jetsam. Sorry, who was ever ringing me quickly. I can't answer the phone right now. Obviously, I'm just live. Flotsam is defined as debris in the water that was not deliberately thrown overboard, often as a result of a shipwreck or an accident. Jetsam describes debris that was deliberately thrown overboard by a crew of a ship in distress, most often to lighten the ship's load. So there you go. That's something new that we've learned today. I feel like that was in the back of my brain because I knew flotsam and jetsam meant something else, but I couldn't remember exactly what it was. Okay, so I'm now going to play another request that we have, and this is for Drifter Dave, and it's Al Saxon. You came a long way from St. Louis, and this is from 1961.
You came a long way from St. Louis. Climbed the ladder of success.
Who knew that about about flotsam and jetsam? Who else knew that? Look how much makeup I've put on the phone. Can you see? Did you know that, Patricia? Oh, that's pretty smart. I love knowing things like that. I think, I don't want to say, I never like to call it useless information, but like unusual general knowledge. I just love stuff like that. I think it's brilliant. And whenever I do Eileen's quiz, I'm terrible, and Ronnie is so good at it, and she's always beating me, but I never, ever win. But I know loads of pointless general knowledge, so it is pointless for me. Good morning, enjoy your taxi. Hello. Oh, this sounds really cheeky.
You. I'm from Missouri too, so naturally I got my doubts. You got me talking about the way inside.
They sound really funny, bless them. Oh, it's really sweet.
You can't remember from St. Louis, but baby, you still got a long way to go.
That is funny.
Came a long way from St. Louis, but baby, you still got a long way to go.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go. I'm sorry, Wendy. Thank you for calling. Bye. That was Elle Saxon with You Came a Long Way from St. Louis, and that was for Drifter Dave. Thank you very, very much. That song was a little bit shorter than I expected. Kind of caught me off guard a little bit. I don't know, maybe I was just enjoying it too much. I was having a bit of a sing-along. I always hate it when I'm on the phone to somebody and I always say, oh, I have to go, goodbye, and put down the phone. But equally, of course, I can't just keep talking. I'd be a good receptionist. Actually, maybe I wouldn't be a good receptionist because I'd end up talking to everybody for too long. Who are we going to play next? We are going to play, okay. So Terry 2 from Portsmouth requested the song and he said, my goodness, I can't remember who he said it was now. Sharon? Maybe? One of our angels from here, I can't remember who he told me it was, but he said that somebody from Angels put him onto this song, played it for him, and that he really, really enjoyed it. And it's very, it's an unusual one. I think he said it was unusual. Anyway, I have never heard it before. So he wanted me to play this song. That's Terry 2. And yeah, I mean, I've not heard it. So here we go. This could be a new favorite. This is Caterina Valente with The Breeze and I. Head full of useless info. Yeah, I do. It's interesting to talk about, but not particularly helpful for anybody. That's definitely me. I'm always the person saying, did you know? I can't remember what Louis Armstrong one was. It's a Wonderful World. Why is that? Is It's a Wonderful World from our time range? What is? What a Wonderful World. That's what it's called. What a Wonderful World. That's why I couldn't find it. Right.
And all of our feet, and all you had departed without me and we wondered why.
Let's see if I've got any emails. Whoa, I got loads of emails. Sorry guys, I'm ignoring you for a second. I've got like 8 emails. There's so much. I'm not 100% sure my phone's working properly. That was Caterina Valente with The Breeze and I, and that was for Terry too. And I'll tell you what, the beginning of that made me think of a really strong wind. So I can definitely see how that music goes for being The Breeze and I. I love music that even before there's any words, it makes you think of a thing. That's how, like, for example, that made me think of the wind. I really like that. That was a really good one. Great choice, Terry too. Okie dokie, how much time have we got left? Oh, we've got about 15 minutes, right? I'm going to do my best to get through. I've got quite a lot of requests. I'm going to play, let's do 3 in a row now. So the first song I'm going to play is for Chris in Bishop's Waltham, who's requested the song for Amanda, and this is the Rolling Stones with Little Red Rooster. And then I'm going to play Sam Cooke, Change Gonna Come by Sam Cooke, obviously, I've just said that, for Jason, who requested that on the YouTube Live. Then I'm going to do DJ Pete and Sean and their cat Seth, and I'm going to play Close the Door by the Stargazers.
3 in a row is sponsored by Jeffrey James of Greenwich, who believes Angel Radio supplies the most eclectic range of popular music on British radio.
I am the little red rooster. Too late.
Oh, don't do this. My computer keeps not working. It's very stressful. If the computer stops working, the whole thing's going to go off. The screen keeps going black.
Keep everything in the form. Upset in every way. The dogs begin to bark. Hounds begin to howl. Dogs begin to bark.
Oh, you want to watch?
Begin to howl. Watch out, strange cat. Little red roosters on the ground. If you see my little red rooster,
How did you guys find? How did you guys find the live? Did you just go onto the YouTube channel and it came up? Somebody can't find us, and I've never even watched a YouTube live before, let alone been in one. So I'm like learning with you guys as we go.
ain't had no peace in the farm since my little red rooster's been gone.
Good morning, Angel Radio, Candis speaking. Hello. I'm not sure the phone's working properly. I'm not sure my phone's working properly, which is... Oh, okay. Candis Angel Vintage. Just popped up on my feed, but I subscribed to the main channel. Okay, thank you. That's actually very useful. I will email him back and tell him that. Good morning, Angel Radio. Candis speaking. Oh, sorry, say that again. The signal went then. About 25 past. It's been a long time coming, but I know. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes, it will. Okay. Okay, I'll try and find it for you. Somebody can tell me it's been a long yes. A long time coming, but I know. I'll do my best to find that. Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Oh, yes, who am I talking to? Pauline on the other right. Okay, I'll try my best to find that for you. Candis. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for calling. Bye-bye. Some people think my name is very strange. That lady, I just told her my name and she went, oh, what a name. Not in a horrible way. I think she was just not sure she had it right. Because it's Candis and not Candice. I think that's why. Venus Frankie. I'm going to do my best to fit this in. I'm probably after David's request. Well, David, if I don't fit it in, I promise I'll play it next week. But I'm going to do my best to fit you in, okay?
Close the door, they're coming in the window. Close the door, they're running up the stairs. Close the door, they're hanging on the ceiling. Those are everywhere. He was watering the flowers on the windowsill, and then he saw them coming.
I reckon we'll fit that one in, actually.
There must have been a million of every shape and size.
Once you have subscribed. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. I will email. Well, I have emailed him that now, so hopefully he can find it. It might be here. Chris couldn't find me. I'm really glad that you guys are enjoying it. This is good. We should do it more often. Hopefully Tony likes the idea. Well, he said I could do it, so he did think it was a good idea. I just need some better lighting, so I'm like, I got up early to put a bit of makeup on, so I didn't scare you all.
The more and more I knock them down, the more they multiply.
Right, anyway, pay attention. You're distracting me.
Close the door, they're running up the stairs. Close the door, they're hanging on the ceiling. Those are everywhere. They got into the kitchen, they got into the sink, they went into the cellar and bought themselves a drink.
They got on the piano, ran up and down the keys, and soon I was standing in them right up to my knees.
Close the door, they're coming in the window. Close the door, they're running up the stairs. Close the door, they're hanging on the ceiling.
In Scotland, that is helping to keep the chat and music flowing on Angel Radio.
Whoa, my show's just been ended 10 minutes early for some reason.
Enjoying the sights and sounds of the countryside is a real delight.
Now the cows at S.H. Young & Son in Warpington can bring you the taste of the countryside.
My show's just been ended 10 minutes early, and I don't know why.
S.H. Young & Son is a long-established family dairy.
So that's pretty awful. Well, maybe I'll speak to you guys for another 5 minutes. Oh, that's no good. It's meant to end at 10:25, and it's gone off at 10:17. Or 10:16 it went off. Halfway through a song.
S.H. Young & Son by calling
02392 483 374.
Okay. Well, I'm very disappointed by that because I don't like it when it goes wrong, and that wasn't even my fault. That is somebody has not lined up the timing correctly. It is the computer. It's driving me mental this morning, and it went off earlier, and I don't know if it's been rearranged or what's happened, but I lost 10 minutes of my show in the beginning because of the news, which is fine. I don't mind that. But I've just lost 10 minutes of my show at the end as well, without any warning. I'm so sorry, whoever's requests I didn't get to play. I don't know what happened there. I'm gonna have to have a moan at someone now.
Is authorized and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority.
Good. I'm really glad you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'm gonna go and have a little moan to Tony about my show ending abruptly. I hope I don't get any complaints because that wasn't even my fault. That was not my fault. Normally it is my fault. That is, yeah. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to end the stream now, but that was pretty successful. Maybe I should do that every week. If you guys think I should do that every week, thank you, Jason. If you think I should do that every week, just let us know. Let me know, let Tony know. Everybody should send Tony emails saying I was so good. Right, I'm going to go now. I'm going to send Tony an email and say, why did you end my show? Thank you guys so much for watching. I will do it again, Brian. Thank you guys. It was. I'm glad you enjoyed seeing what happens. See you guys next week. Bye.
by joining our Angels for Angels scheme.
Call us on 0800